That's all it is. All right. Oh, fire's there.
We don't have to, because there.
Thank you for waiting. You can do it.
Okay. Just to be safe. So who wants to move to come back into regular session? I'll move to come back into regular session.
I'll second anybody to come back from the regular session, second by Kip. Further discussion, now we'll go on. Jody? Kip? Aye. Willis? Aye. Lacy?
Aye.
Mike? Aye. Aye, Tyler.
I also make a motion to get our attorneys to start working on modifying the policies and procedures as we discussed.
Second. Been a motion, by Lacy, second by Kip. Any further discussion? We'll vote on it.
Oh, February 20th, I'm sorry. Right, so our return date's gonna be February 20th. That will, Bryce and I will come back with something. Yes, ma'am.
Jody's absent. Kip? Willis? Aye. Lacy?
Aye.
Mike? Aye. Keith, thank you for coming. Chief of Police.
Update on the speed humps, this Friday, we should be able to do Washington Street. And once he gets Washington Street done, they'll put it on Pershing, since the bank and the dollar store are open. Dash cams are still scheduled for May 24th.
Chief, that's for the speed thing?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
The LPSO put a speed reader. I'm in contact with Elliott Day. They're trying to make some arrangements with Mardi Gras and stuff. They're using them all over. But as soon as we can get it, we'll get it. I'd like for you to consider authorizing me to hire a new police officer, subject to him passing all required tests. The Grayla Food Court Commission just hired one, and they took one of my officers. He'll be leaving February 4th. Will be his last day.
So man, that's gonna leave us with.
2 on the road, 1 injured. So
In the past, I heard earlier we had 2, what? We've had, what, 3, 2, but
we normally have 4.
all the time we've always had 4?
Yeah, 1 days, 1 nights.
Yeah, right, I look back in the back. Yeah.
54 hours.
Yeah, right, I got that back when I just didn't know if we had went from 2 to 3 to always 4, that's what I'm asking.
It was with the injured officer. If I hired one and the injured officer came back, that would have put me at 5, which I think the council had only authorized 4. So with me losing one, I would need to put one to replace him at least, because the injured one is still touch and go there as well. We don't know if it's gonna be February, it's gonna be a year. He's out. I don't know how much longer this lasts. I don't understand that. So really, I would like to hire 2 so we could be full staff, but if he comes back, I would either have to authorize to keep 5 or I gotta let somebody go. If we ever cross that bridge, if he doesn't come back, then we'll be at full staff, if I'd be able to hire 2. But right now, I only have 2 applicants, hoping they can pass all of the tests that we give them.
No, I'm kinda gonna go back to, you say you pull in shifts, whatever, why haven't you been making up or whatever in the past, or making up the gaps that you didn't have to, or you didn't want to?
I've been filling gaps. I work the Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, day after Christmas. I pulled those 3 days. I pulled 2 days the week before. I'm pulling this Thursday for Kevin. I got other days scheduled to pull as they take their vacation and they go out, and then with Cameron leaving, that leaves gaps, so I'm filling in there as well. I pulled more shifts this past year in 2023 than I had the years before, because we had staff, we were the full staff.
I don't believe that, but go ahead. I would like to add in the comments on the table from Joe, sorry for the extra work, in the minute, should I say. That he says he pulled all that he pulled more this, whatever, what he said. Cause I mean, like I said, I gotta hear it from people. I'm sorry, chief, nobody sees you patrol. They see you here, that's if, if they see your vehicle here, should I say. I mean, I'm not against hiring, but I would say right now it's do what I say, not what I do, instead of leading by example, so to speak. You know what I mean? The way things are running or what we got going on in our police force. Now granted, we can't tell you what to do. This is just my opinion. But I mean, I really think you said you've been doing, I think you need to continue to do it. And if it's 4 officers we need, it's 4 officers we need, but I had to kind of get that off my chest about you pulling your tongue, bro. I'm sorry.
Is that pulling your tongue on call by your house or on the road?
It all depends on what's going on. Lots of times I do my work by the phone. If y'all want, I can give you all a call when I get called at 2 o'clock in the morning because
Call me anytime you want, but I doubt if I get a call.
Yeah,
we got a fatality or something, or I have to go out, back up my officers. I mean, I get called all hours of the night, to go do different things.
I have a question, why do we keep losing police officers?
The-
Let me finish my statement, I vividly remember, I believe, I'm not sure, I think Reggie was the chief at the time. When we were losing, lost a couple officers, and there was one lady who stood back there, and she said, well, when you lose people, do you bring them in and ask them why you keep losing them? Because in my profession, if I lose my staff, I will bring them in and ask them, what can we do better to keep you here, and why do I keep losing you? So why do we keep losing police officers?
They leave for better benefits. The officer that's leaving is going to the port commission because they pay 100% of his medical insurance. He's gonna make.
And you've been overworked?
He's gonna be, working
That's
the
a big problem.
same amount. Let me answer the question. You asked, can I answer, please?
Respect her a little bit, all right? She's my daughter, not she's a woman.
I understand.
That's how you treat the other women in the office. So respect.
So what I'm saying is, he left for better benefits.
I'm rude.
He left for better
benefits.
benefits. So.
You haven't seen rude.
I mean, I get that.
Well, first of all, you say you patrol. I was here for the holidays. Your car hardly moved from your house. Not that I'm stalking you or anything. Our car patrol more than you. But regardless what you put on paper, what you said, that's you. I don't believe.
And I think we talk about patrol means that you're on the road, going back and forth like your cops are, giving tickets, riding the streets,
Roger that.
not covering call.
Roger that.
Not an oil spill, we're covering call waiting for the oil spill to happen.
Complaints come up, correct.
And I get the fact that they leave need the money, the benefits, whatever, for the better situation. But I do have to hear a lot with the turnover. Like, I mean, we got people living in this town their whole life that can't even tell you who's a cop. They don't know who they are. That's how quick we turn them over.
And it's been like that a long time.
Give Mark that, yeah.
I'm a concerned citizen that says the town is unsafe. I'm not saying it's unsafe because of the people that's patrolling. We have different circumstances as far as the drugs and everything else in town. I'm one that's been advocating, let's hire more policemen. Do we have the cars to hire 2 more?
Well, first of all, Mark, if you hire more policemen, if your leader is not a leader and make your people work, you can hire 10 of them. You can still have the same problem. The problem is at the top. Mark, I'm just answering your question.
I understand that.
You can hire 10 guys for him, but if there's no leadership, you'll have nothing.
And like you said,
And I respect your comments.
Yeah, there's nothing more unless we have a resignation, we can't change until an election. So in the meantime, like you say, there's not a place left that's abandoned with copper left in it. And I know because I had stuff stolen recently. And never had that for 12 years I've been in town and been fortunate.
They're still across from this town hall, right?
And I lived at the Inner Corporation, Bobby and Orlean and all those places, which was bad, but we always did good recently. And I'm not saying this to the people we have on duty, it's just circumstances in the community. But I've been saying, and I've told you, Troy, myself, why are we not hiring more policemen? To me, we should have 5 or 6. We should have 2 on duty at night. They should overlap at one
Why
point.
can't we
That's just me saying, where are we lacking? Because if we can hire them, I'll say hire what we can. And again, like you say, about the leadership. We got a year, less than a year, if we're looking for a new leader.
Well, to answer your question, a few meetings ago, I asked this council to let the people decide to go to appointed chief. This council didn't even give the opportunity to the people in the community to vote on it. They made their own decision for people in the community.
I was here.
The community is not just for this board, these 5 people, it's for the people that live in this community. If you want to vote for it, yeah, whoever got the, whatever has the most vote, yes or no, that's how it should be. It should be up to the people that vote, not just these 5
But the
here.
people in this town voted me to
That's
represent
right.
them.
Why you
You
don't
know
let,
what I'm
why
saying?
don't you let them
Yeah,
vote?
but
you know,
okay, but I'm
But
their
you
voice.
want up and say, I want
Their
control,
voice.
I don't want control of it, I got control my own stuff, but Mike, that's my opinion, I
No,
don't comment.
this meeting is getting way out of hand.
Yeah.
We got
For
an
what?
agenda that we should be sticking.
Well, we're sticking, the man had a question, you got a problem with him asking the question?
No, I don't have no problem with
You got a
anybody
problem?
asking questions, I got a problem with everything else that's being talked about.
Yeah.
And,
Go ahead, that's your problem,
You know.
you elected to voice your opinion.
I
Exactly.
have a question
Well,
about that, please. Well, if we
it's up to
have,
y'all, but
if
I'll
we
answer
need
your
help,
question.
why
Are
we
you
can't get out
finished?
of the parish?
no, that's one thing, is on number 4, it says, council to consider authorizing the chief to hire a new officer, subject to passing all required tests. I've been saying, Andy's been out for a while, but like you say, a year. Why we waited a year to actually close the gap on this town and let the crime go rapid? I've always felt safety golden medal, like I said, there's 12, 13 years now, it's 13 years in November, or maybe 14 that I've been in town. Always felt that the golden medal was safe and all. Now, like I said, there's different circumstances. I'm not saying it's just the police. I'm not saying it's the community. It's all the circumstances coming together. The bridge is out, this, that, I don't know what's going on. But the thing is, to me, I'm not as safe as I feel as safe as I did for the last 14 years.
I agree, brother.
14 years.
Totally.
Why are they hiring more policemen? If we hire more policemen and if it's the tickets that we need, they're gonna write more tickets if there's more people, but they can also patrol instead of writing just tickets, patrol our streets like we did. The one that you said just left, they would come to the school, I live right near the Golden Meadow School. They would come and pull in the doors every afternoon, make sure it was locked, make sure patrol. That's when we had more policemen that was there to do it. Now we're lacking. Why are we not filling the gap? They gotta write tickets, they gotta do this, gotta do that. I'm wondering.
So to answer your question is, I'm not getting any applications in. When I get applications in, they can't pass the tests that's required to be on the insurance, for the liability insurance. I'm just not getting them. I did receive some applications in, and the applications are people with criminal records and people that just are not qualified. Even if you send them to the police academy, they don't pass the tests that's required. It's mainly the psychological evaluations. We have to get those done first. So I've hired people before that just weren't doing the job, because once they came back, which was my mistake, I hired them, have them do the psych test, and we'd have to get rid of them because they couldn't pass it, so they couldn't be insured. Now I have to get them to get the test, but I'm not receiving any applications.
Like Ms. Lachelle said, why are they leaving? Why can't we compete with their pay or benefits?
I, as the chief of police, can't offer them the benefits that the other organizations
I
offer.
understand that, but we gotta look as a town to keep, I agree with the mayor, keep our town safe, as we all knew it was in the past.
And they don't all go to the court commission.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, I'm just using the port because we got losing one for the
Why
port.
can't we get the parish to come in if we lacking officers or something?
The parish is lacking as well. There's multiple times where we do have an MOU that was signed by the sheriff, and maybe another one needs to be done. In the past, we helped them with complaints, they helped us with complaints. But an example, well over a year ago, when Andy was still here, they had 0 sheriff's deputies from Graceland South, Golden Meadow Police Department, through our MOU Windward, a traffic accident at the Dollar General at the T-Wall Bridge north of the Intercoastal.
Oh, that's insane.
Yes, it is insane, but they're shorthanded all across the parish. And if I have a gap in coverage, they do come handle. I talked to the chief of harbor, they'll get their guys to come and patrol the town to help us.
To me, we waited too long on that problem.
But
After we done,
the only
we all feel unsafe, we all got, like Joey said, we ain't got a piece of copper left, we ain't got nothing left because they done stolen and scrapped and did everything they can. Why did we wait so long?
And the thing that answers your question, if we did offer the competitive benefits like 100% paid health insurance, they would have two that wouldn't have left that would still be here.
That's something we should have, you as a chief and a mayor and whatever y'all need to be, his hand might be tied. You should have said, look, we need to go ahead and do something like this to keep these doggone people, to keep the people safe. I gotta agree with Joe on this thing that I do not feel safe like I did so long ago.
Dude, I lived in this town my whole life, and in the last 3 to 6 months that I make sure everything's locked, my keys are off my vehicle, lights are on outside, never lived like that in my life. I used to have a key on a nail outside to get in my house.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, I'm gonna go back to kind of what Lacy said, maybe it's work environment, I don't know,
And I got
but it's something.
It's
And I mean, dude, I've said it multiple times in the past meetings. There's no presence on that front row. I understand the back roads, that's where they're gonna write tickets, whatever.
When you
But
write to the front row, they
They can write tickets, you might have to infringe on some constitutional rights or whatever, but what I see on the front row is ridiculous. I mean, I'm tired of preaching that.
At
You
2
know,
o'clock in the morning, at 3 o'clock in the morning.
whatever,
4
do it,
o'clock
go
in
ahead,
the morning, 12 o'clock.
be good at dark, it starts at good
Yeah.
dark.
And we have a bicycle, they should have lights, they should have this, they should have that, they do pull them over, but there are so many of them.
But you say
I
you
live in the
live
Indian corporation, we are there to pass the church, it's loaded with people, I
you
see it every
got,
night.
we got,
I got cameras, they catch them every
we
night.
got your part of town. We got, I hear he's back, we got Mr. Kushnik Baki, we got CNG, I hear rumblings in Blue Forest Bay. That's the whole town, and the town is at probably one of its lowest, what's the word,
Population.
population, there we go, see, in a long time. There's no reason, to me,
The good people there.
I mean, like you said, bro, they stole a cop by the water across from the town hall.
I'm done, I just wonder why we can't.
Good question, I appreciate your voicing your opinion, I wish a lot of other people would voice their opinion, maybe make some headway.
Thanks.
Thank you. Anybody, okay, any further discussion?
So to consider the authorizing of the R, if I do get the R one, that would put me at 3 patrol officers, 4 with Andy. If not, then there's just 3 of us on the road, 4 with Andy.
Who pays the
What
budget?
about Mike? Want to ask a
Who
question?
pays the budget for the police officers?
Comes from the town, the general fund.
Answer your question.
And I feel we have the money for it, do we not have the money for it?
It's done right now, I mean.
I understand stuff, but then we go through a storm, we go through everything, we have, we have a lot. We kind of downsize, I think, in the office, we downsize here and there. If they write more tickets, they're making more revenue, not that we just don't want the tickets, but we need the safety of the people. If you feel like, I'll pay more taxes if that's what it would take to feel safe and go back in our Mayberry town that we used to have,
I agree with you, we'll look into it more, you know what I'm saying? I'm not giving you a political, answer. You know, I'm not saying the town's not broke, but again, you get more officers, if the leader's not a leader, you don't have nothing. I don't mind putting town money to good use, you know what I'm saying? I don't think none of us do.
and I don't mind my money going to good use.
But
As a town, a taxpayer
if
town.
you're gonna add, we need to have some results. We need to be better and work, you know what I'm saying, Mark?
I agree.
If we're gonna invest, we need to have some return.
I agree.
So we can have
So
some.
we cannot catch these thieves or what?
It's hit and miss. I mean, we had 2 boats stolen, we was able to recover 1 boat. We work with the sheriff's office as best we can with what they have, with their equipment.
I
They're
think
tied into all the pawn shops and the
So
scrap
more
metal yards.
officers would solve the problem, or patrol and more patrol?
I don't think you'll ever solve that problem, because the thief is
No.
smarter than the guys
And
patrolling, they
nowadays,
do it.
it's a different environment now.
If you take one of the people that lived up here in our lane, he knew the sound of the brakes when the cop was coming. When the cop would hit the brakes, he said, put him in the police department's fixing to pull in, he duck and hide. That's how well they do their job.
Like some dogs.
The ground.
I tell you,
Dog know.
actually, one example. Cop patrolling in the back road, but at all well, he's there for hours. He should be patrolling,
With the lights on, warning everybody he's there.
you know?
How you gonna write a ticket like that?
Well, I'm not talking about the ticket, but he can sit there for hours instead of going around the community, in the neighborhood, and make that round.
And getting back
That's
to that
just one
point,
example.
that they found, wasn't it the owner that found his own vote?
Yeah.
I'm not knocking you.
One of them, yes.
Trust me, I'm
Oh,
not.
yes.
As citizens, we need to help each other out, as good citizens, should I say. We should help each other out and try to do
He goes
things
through a
right.
Facebook post or something, he found out where it was, and we were able to catch the dogs.
I just feel we're not doing enough in the town.
And then,
That's me feeling that. I may be wrong, but that's my feeling.
to answer the question about the benefits, why I never approached, I don't feel right approaching the mayor to pay the health insurance for my cops. If the town can't afford to pay the health insurance for all the employees. To me, what's fair for one is fair for all. And I didn't think that the mayor or the council would vote to pay 100% health insurance for all employees. That's why I never approached the subject.
At this point, you take and you put it to the people, just like Mr. Billiard said a while ago, 15 or 1,700 residents we have in town would vote, they would pay more money to feel safer. I'm telling you, if you did it for the people, I'll speak for all the people in town. If not 90-some% feels they would pay a penny more to everybody collecting $1 more or whatever, to have safer streets and safer everything.
Okay. You'll go to comment, Mike, you
But
get a-
1,700 people, you need 5 police officers.
Sir?
1,700 people population, we need 5 police officers.
You have one on the days, one on nights, you got 2 that's off. So when the day guy goes on his days off, that's another day, guy on the nights goes off, so that's 4 guys working 7 and 7.
I'll tell you, Carl, it's 40 years we've been having 4 police officers on the force. 40 years,
But we got a population.
and we had a bigger population.
Right.
Now we don't have a population and everything's been stolen.
The dope is worse than it's ever been across the whole country, the parish, the city. There was no Narcan 5-6 years ago. Now police officers carry Narcan, and Narcan people, the state of Louisiana changed the law when it comes to heroin, where it's not mandatory life anymore, it's a slap on the wrist, so the heroin is starting to come out more and more. So our jobs are more tending to medical emergencies because of the dope. And if you catch the people with the dope during a medical emergency, you can't charge them. You can just take the dope and you gotta send them on their way.
Back in the day, we did more than that.
Correct, but it's the laws. It's the laws that change.
Well, the law didn't change on stealing, so
Like we
let's
said
move forward.
But you said you had 2 cops years ago and 50 bars. Now we have 4, adapt. Let's get 6 or 8. If that's what we need to do to adapt, we can adapt to what's going on in the economy, the environment, the population, whatever we need to do.
I'll go
If
back
you're not
to,
safe, you're not safe.
I'll go back
A lot
to
of things.
pulling some slack. I mean, you got one on duty for 12 hours, whatever it is, 12 hours. You could work during the day, you could work during the night, ride around a little bit, cat.
I do.
Hey, have y'all ever looked into surveillance cameras?
We do have cameras in certain parts of the town.
And it's
They
been,
do help when stuff happens, as long as it happens in the
We
area
have this,
where they are.
putting them at each entrance of the town, we have, it's like a working process.
Years ago, they had these guys that would ride and volunteer. Like,
A reserve officer.
Reggie was the one. Why we don't have that anymore? Why we don't have that where we could have a car to dig a do it?
No one wants to apply. No one wants to apply. They're not gonna get paid, they don't wanna do it. Those that wanna keep their certification or work for the sheriff's office. I did have a reserve for a year, but they just don't wanna come and apply, and a reserve has to pass the same tests that a full-time guy has. Even though he works for the sheriff's office and wants to come work for us, we have to give him the test. If he doesn't pass any of those tests, our insurance won't cover him, because reserves have to be covered under insurance.
I understand.
It's the people that's not applying, those that I'm sending it tests or failing the test because I'm getting what I can then apply. To Wednesday, I'm bringing two. If the board's gonna approve this, to at least see which one will pass the test, you know, and then one, if he passes the test, I could put him as a reserve, cause I have reserve slots.
I understand, I can sit here and scream all night long about lots of
It is.
you gotta look at the big picture, I understand, there's a lot to go through. Sometimes.
All right, there's no further question, need a second?
Second.
Second by Willis. No further discussion? We'll vote on it, majority. Absent, Kip?
Aye.
Willis? Lacy?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Ayes have it. All right, chief.
December stats, we had 634 calls for service, we issued 107 citations, we had 95 cases, and made 3 arrests for the month of December 2023.
How many for drugs, how many for death?
I didn't put that down,
Maybe next time.
you got it.
Again,
Their stats.
church traffic, we didn't have nobody at church traffic. At 10 o'clock now, so.
Today, yesterday,
Sunday.
Yeah, yes, we will.
so that'd have been Kevin, I don't know if he was on a dog complaint or at the mess at the time. I
He
can
was-
check, but,
He was parked in the back of town hall, he can take a ride at the church.
okay.
I mean, there are a lot of people at church and it was hard to get out.
He's normally good for that, so he had to have a reason,
Yeah.
but I'll check on it. And as far as I know, Saturday, they've been doing Saturdays. They haven't been doing Saturdays.
I'm a little late, for me, but
Okay, because they requested Saturdays, so trying to get them there on the Saturdays as well.
We have 3 arrests last month. In the past, we've always had 1, 2, 3 arrests a month, or we used to have to where it was 10 or 12 a month. Because to me, that's low. For the crime and the people I see in the streets, and the people I can look up online that's wanted, to me, 3 is low.
we used to get about 8.
So the reason being is, okay, we had a theft in town. Sheriff's office stopped the guy that stole the stuff from a business. They had him. We know who he was, we had warrants for his arrest. They won't arrest him. The sheriff's office will not arrest people if their warrant doesn't reach a monetary threshold. If it's $2,000, they're gonna pick you up. If it's less than 2,000, hey, you got a warrant for your arrest, you need to go to the next court date they have in town, and, you know, we'll see if they can give you another court date and figure this out. They don't come. The sheriff's office won't pick them up, the jail won't accept them. That's out of my hands. Unless we get really adamant and say, no, this person really needs to go to jail. So the person that has a $250 bond, the stuff he stole, if we do come across him in town, we're gonna make sure he goes to jail. We'll pull every string we can to get him in jail because, you know,
So that was about our bond.
it goes by a bond.
Can y'all start raising those bonds?
Not
So
us,
I don't
John.
set the bonds, but they issue usually about 211s. It's like a citation for them to go back on a different, during COVID, they just slacked a lot on doing that. I feel like the sheriff got a little bit used to doing that. But, I mean, I think that's a good option is letting them know, their name came up in a call for service. They do have a warrant out for this. Maybe you would like to try to arrest them.
Mayor.
Chief, if I could ask a stupid question real quick. Could we request the sheriff's office to hold them in our office to go pick them up, or?
We don't have a jail. They need to be booked in jail in the sheriff's office. We don't have a holding facility, so when they go to jail, they go to Thibodeau. They go to the correctional complex in Thibodeau. So if they stop people with a warrant, they don't let them know, hey, you have a warrant. And right now, the attorneys are working on getting something to where, if you got a warrant for your arrest, you were stopped in Raceland, they'll give you another golden medal court date and say, look, you need to make this court date. If not, it's gonna be double as bad for you.
Yeah.
So they'll give you another court date. Right now, there's no system in place to where we can get them a court date to come back to our court to settle the issues.
Okay, we'll move forward, some other questions? Old business, Hurricane Ida Repair Project 673219 pump station build, tank installation will take place within the next couple of months. Contractor came by today to look at it and, got a price from him and presented it at the next board meeting.
Is that the powerhouse?
Yes, ma'am,
He came today?
yes, ma'am.
Better ask him.
Did a good job.
Thanks. Tracy too.
You number one attorney now.
I wonder if
Bryce is
Ah.
your assistant.
The final project has been obligated to receive funds with a work completion deadline February 2024, and extension has been replaced. Company,
Any
company,
questions?
what?
Just ask if there's any questions on the projects you need to.
I read them all the other time. I mean, Marty doesn't know. I don't like to read anyhow, but I gotta read it. I appreciate the help. I'll get some help in a little while. Pumping station behind Little Eagle and the floodgate at the park. The big electrical box at the pumping station. Street and caution signs, lift station and sewage plant. Town hall and fuel canopy. Pumping station, equipment shed, and basketball pavilion and canopy next to the senior citizen. And Christmas lights inventory. Next project, senior citizen craft building, 50% rule request pending, pt.2 scope of cost routing. Copa route pending CRC project development. Swimming pool pump building, swimming pool house combined into one project for a possible alternate project. 50% rule request pending individual development. Drainage canal debris removal, site inspection schedule. January 30th, sorry about that. The Bruce Fires Hurricane, item recovery grant reimbursement, paperwork as available, deadline 6/30/24. Security license, city fines for the park and pavilion project award, work began on the 1/18/24.
You have pictures in your binders of the completed work. They're waiting on one more fan to come in. But the lights have been put up and the fans are up.
Any questions? Need a motion to take it off of the agenda?
I'm all good.
Okay.
Moved by Kip, second by Lacy, Warren, Mike Sampson, Kip, Willis, Lacy, Mike, ayes have it. Tenth again, price to repair the asphalt, Ridgewood Boulevard, Duce Drive, Norman Street. Barry also set a meeting up for the 1/16/24, but called and rescheduled. I called Barry, contractor, to give us a price and we'll get some other prices. Council consider authorizing the mayor to purchase some online trash stands for the park waiting possibility recreation district. Funding, we didn't have enough on meeting this month, so hopefully next month I'll have an answer. LGAP application submitted on 11/13/2023. Results expected July or August 24. Accommodation procedure, instructions for planning, Tom.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. First one up is BC 1022 515 North Bayou Drive. This is, the ad hoc attorney's been appointed as the UG go, for Ms. May Malcolm James Gilbo, County Elizabeth Gilbo. This project, property has been condemned. The attorney's file in, the contractor was to make some slight repairs to the property for the demolition.
The repairs are done.
I believe they would always say that, that's what it drugs there.
And we filed the lien already, so my next step is just to file a lawsuit, but y'all can take it off the agenda.
I will remove it.
Second.
Vote to remove it.
Motion by Lacy, second by Kip, to remove from the agenda.
Aye.
Ron, Joey, Kip?
Aye.
Willis? Aye. Lacy? Mike?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Okay, the next one is BC 1023, which is 135 Pierce Street, Charles and Christina Battles. There was a condemnation order issued, which gave them 30 days to either clear or repair the property. The deadline for those 30 days is the February 8th of 2024. Mr. Mayor, no action is necessary to sign. BC 1024, it's 2124 South Bayou Drive, Noel T. Carmerdale, City of Sea Valley. Condemnation order has been issued on 12/18/23. The property owners were given until March 1, 2024 to either make repairs or have the property demolished. So there's no action necessary on this property. BC 1026, which is 2216 South Bayou Drive, Francis Plaisance dredge line, and dredging. This property has been condemned. There was a bid award. The council gave additional time for repairs or demolition of the property. There's an update due today, and our inspector's here to give an update on the property.
Yep, so the building, the big building is down. They still just have debris, building material still on site, they're working to get rid of it and put it in the dumpsters and haul it away.
There's pictures in all of your binders.
Thank you.
So I don't know if the council might want to consider another 30-day update to report back to see if the property's all picked up.
That's your recommendation.
That's my recommendation.
We need a motion.
I will,
Moved by Lacy. Second by Willis. Any further questions? We're going on Jody, absent. Kip? Recused. Willis? Aye. Lacy? Aye.
Okay, we'll have a 30-day update.
so would that be the February 20th meeting?
February 20th meeting, yes. Next property is BC 1029, it's the corner South Bayou Side Drive. AMC Lift Boats, this property has been condemned. The council requested bids. Bids are due on February 5th, 2024. No action necessary this time. Next is BC 1030, which is 127 Tom Plain Lane, on the Pilot Sheremy. The property's been condemned. The council requested bids to be due by February 5th, 2024. No action is necessary this time. BC 1031, which is South Bayou Drive, the corner of West Lane and 1. Total Water Line Services, Christine Ford and Perry Parent. Condemnation hearing is scheduled for February 5th, 2024. No action necessary this time. BC 1032, 118, Cliff Lane, Lane Glow LLC, Charles and Michael Polly agent. This property's been condemned. Condemnation order issued for 30 days to be repaired and demolished. Deadline for this is February 5th, 2024. We will provide an update at that time for the council and mayor. No action necessary this time.
Mr. Tom,
Yes.
Mr. Mike is here today. Mr. Mike, did you want to say anything about that property?
Yeah, please.
Sure.
I just want to say that, our employees are taking their stuff on the building, we had our contractor look at the building. He's gonna give us a price on replacing the roof, and then we're gonna decide on whether we want to repair it or tear it down, so we're working towards it.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you for cleaning up the front area now. Very nice.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Mr. Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Next property is BC 1033, 2303 North Bayou Drive, Genevieve Valentine. Condemnation order has been issued. We have, the council gave until February 5th, 2024, to have the order filed, either either demolish or repair. We have, no service has been made, an ad hoc attorney to be appointed for Stephen Valentine.
He signed all of it.
Oh, wonderful.
On the way to the.
All right.
Who,
Okay, we're good.
who's signing this?
Stephen Nolan.
Stephen.
He came Friday,
But what was he signing?
Huh?
What was he signing?
the sale, the transfer to one of our shares.
Oh, okay.
this decision was done.
Gotcha.
So it should be recorded by tomorrow.
Okay,
Thank you, sir. BC 1036, which is 129 Summer Street, Warren and Robbie Michelle, January 2nd of 2024, the condemnation hearing is set for February 5th, 2024. No action necessary at this time. BC 1037, 170 Pierce Street, Jocelyn Colley. This property has been condemned. Bids are due, pursuant to request of council for February 5th, 2024, and there is no action necessary at this time.
My son is interested in buying that property from Miss Polly, and, my husband went and talked to Mr. Willis about him purchasing it and making arrangements. My son would like to have the property demoed if, we can have some more time on that.
Okay.
Miss Polly is living in New Iberia with her son right now, so she doesn't come down very often. But if Mr. Willis can draw up some paperwork, and she lost all her home ownership papers during the storm, so she would have to get duplicate copies.
Can you come to the office tomorrow?
Sure.
I checked everything out.
Oh, you did?
Okay, done.
All right, thanks.
I don't think no action needs to be taken tonight.
No bid on
No,
that.
the bids, Mrs. Tom, the bids are gonna come back next meeting,
Right.
right? Okay, yeah, so,
2 weeks.
so come back.
The young lady knows that?
So no action being taken tonight on this property. There's no action being taken tonight on the property. It's next meeting that action will be taken. February 5th.
We were advised to come, or somebody to come tonight.
That's fine.
oh no, and it's great that you came, because I didn't be on our radar that the property likely is gonna be sold. So I would suggest coming back to the next meeting as well, either you or your son, just so you could stay updated and we could be updated on the progress.
Okay, because we already have somebody lined up to, like, do the demo and everything.
Okay,
We just wanted to make sure that y'all were aware.
right, thank you so much.
I told her husband to come just in case. I couldn't put all the paperwork together.
Right.
He's working tonight, that's why he wasn't.
Thank you. The next property is BC 1038, 1841 South Alex Place, Los Boulevard, Tom C. Commercial Property State. Bilsey, agent. Thank you. Combination hearing is scheduled on this property for February 5th, 2024, so there's no action necessary tonight. BC 1039, 114 St. Mary Street, Richard and Keisha Plaisance. This property has been condemned. There was a deadline for 30 days to have the property cleaned up or demolished or repaired. That deadline was January 4th, 2024. We do have an update to present. Oh, he's here? Okay. Well, if our guy could give the update first, then the property owner could speak.
Yeah, so I actually met with Mr. Plaisance on site today. Some demolition has been started on the house. He explained that he's taking some of the material off of that one to do the renovation on the house immediately next door, but he was gonna do the demolition himself. And that's what we talked about.
I've started working on the main house. It is very salvageable. The second house, I'm not worried about, I'm just gonna tear it down, but I am using material off of that one because they both were built around the same time, so, yeah, the whole lap siding, I'm gonna use some of that from the whole building, but I'm in the process of getting it down. And cleaning it up.
I'm gonna give them another 30 days.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you. Motion made by Marty, given extra days.
I'm
Need a
just
second, hold on, need a second.
I'll say.
Second, discussion, go ahead, Rick.
So the next step would be, so like we issued the condemnation order, the place also didn't do it in enough time. The next step would be going out for bid. So I don't know if the town would want to, the council would wanna go out for bid and like, have the return date for the bid being in 30 days. And then Mr. Ritchie can come back at that time and give us an update at the third. Just because we go out for bid doesn't mean that we're awarding the bid, so,
I'm gonna have that broken down within next week.
so I don't know if that maybe might be an option, like the February 20th, date, that we go out for bids and they would be returnable by that date, and then we can get Mr. Ritchie to come back and give us a update on the 20th. Or unless y'all wanna do it on the 5th.
Mike made his motion, I don't know if it's a change or not. You follow the
She didn't speak up quick enough.
I'm sorry. This thing was in my way, Mike.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
You want me to retract my, motion?
I think you're right.
I think we've done giving people more than 30 days without one out for bid.
Okay, I'm just,
I get you. I think
You
you're gonna do it.
So we have a motion and a second.
yeah.
March 2nd,
It's not a good one.
No, we know what he did.
So vote on it. Jody Dobson, Kip,
Dr. Hughes.
Willis,
Yes.
Lacy,
Aye.
Mike.
Aye.
That's out. Okay, go ahead, Tom.
BC 1040, 113 North Pike Drive, Mr. Brian Emar. Combination order has been issued for 30 days to demolish or repair. The next update for that is going to be February 5th, 2024. There's no action necessary. BC 1041, 137 Washington Street, Mr. Wilbur Collins Jr. Condemnation order has been issued, given the owner 30 days to repair and demolish. Deadline for that is February 5th, 2024. No action necessary. BC 1042, 106 Hilario Lane, Allen and Evan, France. The condemnation order has been issued in that matter, given them 30 days to demolish or repair. Deadline for that is going to be February 5th, 2024. No action is necessary. BC 1045, 1812 South Body Drive, PJ and Bedford, St. Pierre. Condemnation hearing was scheduled for January 16th, 2024. Okay, I don't know if the owner's here.
It's not here, it's just like we're.
It's on this.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's going down and,
Yeah, that's correct. I went there today, talked to one of the guys that was demoing it. The building is down, the material is just there, they work on all it all.
I think they're all, the containers, so much stuff they can't get.
Yeah, they only had one container on the site, and that's the big option, but we just didn't think it was
They're
much.
all I have, they're one container.
when I went today, they had a container full and they were using a little trailer to haul off what they could.
So they're gonna take some of the stuff to the email.
Okay. Yeah. So, and I'll just note that the agenda identifies that this matter is postponed for demolition purposes until February 20th, 2024. So that was ahead of schedule. And that is it under old business, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. New business, council consider approving December 23rd budget, actual finance report, everybody a copy, no question, no motion. Move by Willis.
Second.
Second by Kip, we'll vote on, Jody's absent, Kip.
Aye.
Willis.
Aye.
Lacy. Mike. Council consider approving adopting of the 2023 Louisiana I can't say that word anymore. Questionnaire for the audit, 2023 audit. Need a motion?
Second.
Moved by Willis,
Second.
second by Lacy. We'll vote
Tracy,
on it.
that was something, the auditors.
Correct, that's part of
Compliance.
the Louisiana
Quick
legislature.
compliance questionnaire. We'll move on to Jody, Kip,
Aye.
Willis,
Aye.
Lacy,
Aye.
Mike.
Aye.
Combination procedure, supplement compliance, Tom.
So, Mr. Mayor, the following DC numbers, DC 1046, DC 1047, DC 1050, with respect to 904 North Alex Place House Boulevard, BC 1047 being 135 Fred Street, and BC 1050 being 160 Jefferson Street. All three of those properties have been rescheduled and postponed until February 20th, 2024 condemnation proceedings. Unless there's somebody here today.
It's rep stock, these rep stocks here, Tom.
160.
One,
BC 1050.
They came all the way from Lafayette.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything you can do to help them, why, you know.
After the hurricane, we had to, go there because we had no place to live here. So, it's been difficult, to get all of this handled, and it was going through, they were gonna try to make it an historical site. And, they said that they fought 2 years over it because we had turned it over to try to get, the house demoed by the parish. And, they were gonna make it an historical site, so then they decided that, it took them 2 years, finally, they decided they're gonna let us tear it down. They posted a sign and everything for us to tear it down, then the next day we came and removed it and said no, that it was gonna be made an historical site. But, they said that they couldn't stop us from tearing it down. So we got with a woman, her name's Rhonda Davis, and she tears homes down and, for the wood. And it's that type of wood that she likes, the cypress and stuff. And, so she was gonna tear it down for us, but her man was on another job. Now he's supposed to take him, to start this one, but I think with the weather and everything, he hasn't been able to get started on it. And we're supposed to be getting back with her to see if they're gonna still do it. If not, we're gonna try to get carpenters to look the house over and maybe try to restore it, and, because we wanna live there. It's either in this house or we're gonna build one. And, it's just that it's us and we're having a lot of trouble getting carpenters or anything to get this done. And so I appreciate if y'all work with us a little longer.
I work at the pleasure of the mayor and council.
We've been, going back and forth because, my son had to take a job out of town. And, with the grandkids, we're keeping an eye on and going back and forth with them. And it's helped us out too, because we've had a place to stay with all this going on. So we'd, appreciate if y'all would work with us and so we can get this taken care of, because we really like, to live there.
We've been really trying to get something done, because after the hurricane, we got with FEMA, and that took forever to find out that they couldn't do anything. Then, we went to the parish, this woman named Bonnie started a program with the parish council to, help people that need their houses torn down or repaired or whatever. And that fell through, and that went on for over a year. And so, now we're trying to, find someone that would want to tear it down for the wood, and we did.
That was Ron.
Yeah, that was Ron Lorraine. And our option is that if she changed her mind or whatever, we get somebody to come, a carpenter to come and assess the house to see if he can repair it and how much it would cost us to repair it. So that's where we are.
We are determined to, build a house there for us to live.
Yeah.
It was full of trees, we got rid of the trees. And then, we've been getting rid of the stumps.
We have a lot of work to do on the property.
It was full of nails and everything when we got the property. I mean, I've taken myself, close to 1,000 nails out of that property. And, working on the stumps now, and, we're trying to, get everything completely taken off. We even had some, poison ivy, poison oak, which we call both. And behind the fence where the school is, it was all along, on their property. But we went ahead and got rid of that, the poison ivy, poison oak ourselves and cleared that. And so.
And I do have somebody hired to cut it down.
Yes.
To cut it down. I know it's been a headache for you all.
So, Mr. Repstock, I would just,
How's that?
I would just suggest, that this matter is going to be continued until February 20th, so you got roughly a month
Yeah,
to find out, you know, if y'all are gonna rehab it or tear it down. But I would respectfully request that you show back up on February 20th, 2024 to give an update to the council.
Yeah, I'll do
Yeah, I
that.
think we weren't supposed to make this meeting, tonight, they said that we weren't supposed to get this.
But we appreciate you guys.
But,
All right. Thank you. Well, we didn't know that they had postponed. Okay, thank you, Tom. Thank you, Red. Okay, we're going to,
yeah, we appreciate y'all working with us, because we're trying to do a lot of this stuff ourselves, and it's been very difficult.
I'm at the point now.
He just lost his sister, so we
I'm
can do
out
that, you know, like over the, last 2 months, and
Okay.
it's been, and his brother-in-law, you know.
Yeah,
it's been,
All right, we'll move on to the next business, y'all be got going on. Any other business be brought up before the council? All right, is anyone in the audience have any comments?
Did we get I prepared, and if it's not in your binders, I'll email it to you. But we prepared a list, Tracy and I, of, since we began the condemnation proceedings with South Central Planning, like the properties that have been repaired by property owners, the properties that we've had to demolish, the properties that the homeowners voluntarily demolished, and then just pending ones. I thought it was like a really good visual to kind of see the progress that we're making.
And I have an
Yes.
update today for it, so we
Okay.
can put it in the binders next time.
I would appreciate it.
Yeah. Because I think, you know, looking and seeing that we only tore down 5 houses, but I'm using a number, but other people in town see it, so I find the property owners are starting to like become more responsive, and it was very encouraging for me. So I would like to encourage you as well.
And I agree with you, Mike, we got a lot of email and, you know, bonds, if that's not too much trouble,
Not a problem.
Thank you.
No other business be brought up, need a motion to adjourn.
Move.